Welcome to the Cathedral of Speed. Welcome to Monza. Built in a park in the north of Milan 98 years ago, back in 1922, this is undoubtedly one of the most famous race circuits in the world. Hosting a round of the Formula One World Championship every year bar one since 1950, Monza is synonymous with speed. The historic banking was abandoned for racing in the late 1960s, but it still exists, a haunting reminder of another era in time. Just a few short weeks ago, Pierre Gasly won his maiden F1 Grand Prix here at the Italian track, and this weekend it is another French-speaking driver who leads our series as we start the second half of the season. Monte Carlo's own Arthur Leclerc had an amazing weekend just 2 weeks ago, taking 3 wins from 3 starts at Mugello to now hold an 8-point lead over his Prema Power teammate Gianluca Petkov. Also on today's program, we check out the highlights from round 5 of the Italian F4 Championship, with the Sicilian Gabriele Mini now holding a 75-point lead in the series with 9 races to race in 2020. Welcome to magical Monza, and welcome to round 5 of the FIA Regional European Formula 3 Championship. If it wasn't for the chicanes, the track would almost resemble an American speedway. In the past, F1 cars have recorded top speeds in excess of 360 k's an hour. And whilst our F3 cars won't reach those speeds, around 100 less in fact, 260 kilometers an hour is still incredibly quick. This is what a lap looks like from Andrea Cola's point of view. Of Monza, on board the 99 monolight racing car of Andrea Cola. Qualifying qualifying on Saturday morning, and wow, what a session! The track was still damp when the cars hit the circuit, but critically still dry. It was Patrick Pasma firstly who was fastest, just ahead of his KIC teammate Konsta. The series leader Arthur Leclerc then went P2, just a tenth behind, but when Gillian Henrion, who had qualified a superb fifth, ended in the gravel, a yellow flag was brought out in the second sector. Jean-Luc Petikov went faster to snatch provisional pole by just 0.8 of a second, but his time was disallowed, giving Pasma and KIC their first pole of the season. Leclerc second, Petikov third, from Rasmussen, Henrion, Famulato and Nico Gola, again replacing Red Bull Junior Yuri Vips. In Q2, it was Emilio Pesce on his home circuit who was the first to set a quick time, the DR Formula driver setting the initial time to beat. Pasma again went out and set the benchmark time, determined to again beat the Prema team drivers. Leclerc lit up the timing screens with purple sectors responding to the fin, but then his teammate Konsta went P1 with a 147.17, only to have it immediately deleted for track limits. Leclerc looked set to take pole until Pasma lit up the Monza circuit, clocking a 147.97 at an average speed of over 190 k's an hour and a top speed 70 clicks more than that. He took his second pole position. Pierre-Louis Chauvet, a superb P2 for Van Amersfoort Racing with a 147.216. Leclerc third from series leader Petikov, Rasmussen, Lapalainen, Famulato, Henrion, Gola and Jamie Chadwick. So after dominating the series thus far, the KIC Motorsport and Van Amersfoort drivers managed to lock the Prema team drivers off the front row in qualifying. Can they continue in the three races here at Monza? We'll answer that question very shortly. So Patrick lines up on pole position for the first time this season. The Finnish driver for the Finnish racing team here in the north of Italy. Can he convert that into his first win of the championship? We're about to find out here at Monza. Race 1, Formula Regional Euro Champs. The green flag at the back of the grid, and we race! Good start by Leclerc from the outside of the front row of the grid. Petikov around the outside as you ride on board with the Roman Andrea Cola. The charge down into turn 1, the first chicane here at this legendary circuit. There's Pesce down the inside. Emilio on his home track, but it's Pasma in position 1. Pesce around the outside of Pierre-Louis Chauvet, and also Andrea Cola. As Pasma pulls away, nice lead. This is Nico Gola, the rookie on the inside of Gillian Henrion. And Jamie Chadwick in that battle as well. Good start from Pasma. Leclerc ducks out, he's in third place. Car 14, his teammate Petikov. In car 10 is Chadwick. Around the outside and takes Nico Gola. Pasma continues to lead, Petikov second. And Arthur going through in third place. They charge down the back straight. Pesce in the background pulls out of the slipstream side by side with Nico Gola through the Parabolica. The German and the driver from here in Milan on his home circuit, you ride on board with Pesce as Pierre-Louis Chauvet goes down the inside and splits the both of them. What a move by the Frenchman, PLC in car 3. Pesce's got the inside running, goes through and picks up the place, runs over the ripple strip. He'll be vulnerable on the exit as Konsta now takes the Frenchman. Gillian versus Jamie. Henrion versus Chadwick in the 55 Rodin car, the reigning W Series champion, as Gillian goes defensive. As Arthur goes down the inside, Rasmussen runs off the circuit, goes back to position 3. And Alessandro Famulato, the South American, in position 5. What a drive for the boy from Maracay in Venezuela. Gets the toe from Rasmussen. Tries the outside of the Dane into the Parabolica. Can't quite do it in the 11 Van Amersfoort racing car as Pasma continues to pull away. Side by side down the straight go the Prema Power Team drivers. 3 and 4, it's Leclerc and Rasmussen. They lock up into the chicane. Arthur on the outside holds position 3, just from Oliver. Now they're down into the chicane, skates under brakes, and Arthur loses out. Locks up, but he might get him back on the exit. Side by side go the Prema Power Team drivers. Fabulous racing here in the FIA Formula Regional European F3 Championship. Rasmussen runs off the road. Almost puts it into the wall, does the Dane. Lucky to hold on to it. Out front though, Patrick Pasma has driven brilliantly. The Finnish driver for KIC Motorsport takes the checkered flag and wins for the first time in 2020. Petikov across the line in second. That's Arthur in third, Rasmussen 4, and what a drive in position 5 for Alessandro Famularo. Gabriele Mini arrived at Monza seemingly with one hand already on the 2020 Italian F4 Championship trophy. A 75-point lead over his nearest rival Andrea Rosso, but Francesco Pizzi reminded everyone that he was still in the hunt for the title when he took pole for race 1. Monza never fails to produce spectacular high-speed racing, and so it was in race 1. Pizzi leading off the start with Mini constantly attacking. Behind, Axel Noss and Hunter Alcabasi came together going into the Parabolica. That brought out the safety car, eliminating the Swiss driver. And then on the restart, Deliguanti and Beganovic clashed at the exit of the Ascari chicane, leaving both cars damaged as they limped to the line. Out front, Pizzi and Mini went side by side through the final corner, and on the final lap, they produced the closest finish ever in the series history. Mini taking the checkered flag by just 0.01 of a second over Pizzi. But it did not end there. Mini was penalised for an illegal pass, handing the victory to the Roman. Race 2 got off sensationally for the pole sitter, Andrea Rosso. Sensationally bad, that is. An electrical issue meant his car would not start, and the driver who arrived at Monza second in the series was out. Again, it was an amazing slipstreaming battle for P1 between Pizzi and Mini. After charging up through the field, Filippo Gran and Pietro Deliguanti had a spectacular crash at the exit of the Lesmo curves, eliminating both. For Deliguanti, it was his second crash in 12 hours, but he was to make up for it later in the day. A delighted Pizzi held off Mini, punching the air as he took his second victory of the weekend.
Both the races of yesterday and today, I've shown that we are the fastest as well of the system, and we can stay there. You know, when I got overtaken with the slipstream, then immediately after I get it back, because you can see by the eye that I'm really fast for the moment. In this first race I was really fast, and it's really hard here to put a gap between you and the car behind, but we did a good job, and today especially I held the lead for pretty much all the laps of the race, and then the race win at the end.
Steven Spielberg himself could not have written a better script for the final race of the weekend. Determined to make up for not starting race 2, Rosso was soon into second, and when trying to take the lead into the first chicane, sensationally came together with the series leader Mini, eliminating both there and then. Mini and Rosso, first and second in the series, both out. Pizzi then assumed P1 and was shadowed by Leonardo Fornaroli, Deliguanti and Sebastian Montoya. Meanwhile, Gabriel Bortoleto, who started way back on the 11th row of the grid, was storming through the field and had now caught the leaders. On the final lap, with Deliguanti in the lead, smoke appeared from the engine of the 35 car. He kept it going, and as he crossed the line, his engine disintegrated. But amazingly, he took the win for BVM Techno Race from Bortoleto, who started on grid 22. Fornaroli in third for Team Iron Lynx and Pizzi in P4. And with that fourth place and the DNF to Mini, Pizzi has closed the gap to the Sicilian from 75 points down to 36. It's a cool morning here at Monza as the sun rises in the park north of the city of Milan. As you look at the pole sitter Patrick Pasma, race 1 winner, about to start from pole position. For race 2, that's Rasmussen to the left of your screen alongside on the outside of the front row of the grid. The unfortunately still empty grandstands here at Monza, and also row 5 of the grid is also empty with Gillian Henry on to start from pit lane. And we race! Pasma with a good start down into turn 1. Conts to go straight ahead as Petikov muscles his way into the lead. Chadwick trying to fight off. Emilio Pesce, there's Consta fighting his way back through the pack on the outside of the Van Amersfoort racing cars. So it is Petikov, position 1, just as Pasma retakes the lead around the outside. There's Rasmussen in third, tries to get the run on his teammate. Down the inside, Pierre-Louis Chauvet, defending from his teammate, Alessandro Famolaro. Pasma, Petikov, Rasmussen, and Arthur Leclerc. That's Chauvet, Famolaro going through. Pesce, good start ahead of Andrea Cola. And Jamie Chadwick trying to recover after going straight ahead on the opening lap. She's tucked in there behind Andrea Cola, Emilio Pesce. They race down under the old banking for the first time as the Prima Power team drivers side by side underneath the fog here at Monza. Pasma in the race lead, Petikov on the outside. Rasmussen goes through. Second place, the Prima Power team trio, 2, 3 and 4. Oliver, Jean-Luca and King Arthur. He gets the toe on Jean-Luca. Lines up the South American. Jean-Luca goes defensive. Petikov has to take the inside line. Leclerc goes straight ahead. Petikov makes the corner, comes around in position 3. There's Leclerc in the background, sideways, and he rejoins, somewhat controversially, just behind Petikov. As we go back in the package, Gillian Henry on, and Emilio Pesce, they come together. Gillian out in the gravel. That's really unfortunate for Henry on. He qualified superbly in 5th place, but he's out. That brings out the safety car. Pasma in position 1. Rasmussen right behind. There's Jean-Luca, Arthur, and Costa Lapalainen. The lights are out on the safety car. Look at this. Pasma warming his tyres. You cannot do that under FIA regulations. Well, Rasmussen must be quietly smiling to himself underneath his helmet. This is not good. Don't do it, Patrick. As we get ready to race, the green flag flies once again. Andrea Cola gets a good start. The Roman gets the toe as they come down the straight at over 260 k's an hour. Consta darts out, trying to go around Leclerc, who locks up the brake. Now he runs into the back of his teammate. Petikov and Leclerc, 1 and 2 in the series, come together. Consta goes by. Big lock-up from Arthur. He's in trouble. Petikov has got a puncher. You're on board again with Andrea. This is frantic here at Monza. Petikov slides off the track. Leclerc, the front wing, flapping in the breeze. Huge lock-up from Arthur. He's in real trouble. He was the series leader. and now he will have to pull into pit lane. They're 5 wide. Jamie has driven brilliantly. She's come back, drawn herself into this fight, tucked in behind Famulato and Chauvet. Again on board with the Roman, Andrea Cola. Having a great run here this morning in the 99 Monolight racing car. They go up through the Lesmo curves. Gola and Chadwick crash. Gola and Chadwick, look at this, they come together. They're in the wall, they're both out. You're on board with Nico, it turns in, bang. He's into the wall, Jamie, into the back of the German, eliminating both of them. A local yellow only as Pasma has to defend from Rasmussen on the outside. They almost touch. The Dane, can he take him? Patrick says no. Takes the place, there's Consta in third place. Chauvet, Famulato, Cola ahead of Petikov, and we just get word, Pasma with a penalty. We saw him warming the tyres. As Jean-Luc runs off the circuit, Leclerc's engine explodes. Pasma on his way to victory, but he's got a penalty coming. The final corner, he'll take the checkered flag, not the win. That hands the race to Oliver Rasmussen. He crosses the line second, but that's P1. Lappalainen second, PLC in car 3, Chauvet in third. Wow, what a race. Rasmussen the race to victor. We're ready for race 3 here this weekend as Arthur Leclerc puts car 14 on grid 1. We'll be joined by Patrick Pasma, car 5 for the KIC Motorsport outfit. There is the Finn world-class team, KIC from Finland. Can they beat the Premier Power team again here this weekend? We're about to find out. The green flag, and for the final time this weekend, we race! Arthur gets away smartly as Jamie jumps out and tries to make up positions off the start. Leclerc down into turn 1, Henry on, and Jamie Chadwick come together. You see Andrea Cola trying to capitalise. Arthur Leclerc has got the race lead. Alessandro Famulato locks up, misses the chicane and goes ahead. Julian Henry on at the back of the pack. The Frenchman is slowing and he's about to retire with damage as Leclerc leads from Patrick, but not for long. Pulls out of the slipstream and takes Arthur Leclerc. Pasma into position 1. There's Petikov in third place behind his teammate. Patrick again at the head of the pack. He's had a brilliant weekend. Can he continue as Leclerc struggles for grip? Rasmussen dives down the inside. And the Dane takes the Finn. There's Chauvet in car 3, the Travel Planet Van Amersfoort racing car. Jamie Chadwick, Andrea Cola and Miguel Pesce in great form here in the final race here this weekend. Tremendous speed down the straight. The Premier Power team duo. Petikov, car 10, Leclerc 14, and he's back to third. Petikov into second, and Pasma pulls away. Jean-Luc has retaken the series lead as Leclerc runs off the road, almost throws it away. Does Arthur? Wow, he's in real trouble as Consta down the inside gets the tow from both Premier Power team drivers. Consta goes by. What a move, takes the both of them. Lappalainen now up onto the podium. Chauvet right there, as is Pesce. Chadwick and Cola trying to drag himself into this fight as well in the 99 car. Consta on the charge, his teammate leads. There's Jamie going through. Chauvet on the inside, now he takes Leclerc. Arthur goes straight ahead. Misses the chicane as Pasma pulls away from Petikov. Rasmussen runs off the road in the background, throws up stones right into the visor of Chauvet, who's just too far back to capitalise. But out front, Patrick Pasma from Finland for KIC Motorsport. The checkered flag is about to wave, and he takes a classy victory here at Monza. The Finn wins again. Petikov across the line in second place, and Consta again on the podium for KIC Motorsport in third place. Despite not having the best weekend at Monza, Jean-Luc Petikov has taken back the series lead with 3 rounds to go. He is just 11 points ahead of his teammate Arthur Leclerc, Rasmussen in third on 227, and Patrick Pasma still within striking distance of the top 3 Premier Power Team drivers on 178. From Monza, we travel to the Catalan capital, Barcelona, the home of the Spanish F1 Grand Prix and the venue for the 6th round of the Regional European Formula 3 Championship. We'll see you in Spain.